All right, so in taking my online business from 0 to multiple six figures in just a few years' time, what many don't see is the years of struggle that came before this, but not to mention the takeaways that I've been able to gain over this experience and growth as a whole. And there's one thing in particular that I see that I looked at much more differently in the past than I do now. And that's what I want to get into today. So how many of you here watching today, working to grow your online business, whether it's a coaching business, consulting business, or you're selling high ticket info affiliate products, whatever it may be, how many of you ever felt like, you know what, with the stage that I'm in right now, if I just get this one more piece in place, this one new product out in the future, everything will be easier. When I get this one thing down in the coming months, everything's going to shift and change and my business will be easy. Things will be running smooth. Things will be in the spot that I want them to be. If you've ever felt that feeling before, if you've ever told yourself those words before, let me know in the comments below if this resonates. We're gonna dive in and talk about the importance behind what this means when we say this and why it's important to look at things a little bit differently when saying those words itself. All right, so for those of you that are new here to the channel, again, welcome in. It's great to have you here. My name is Blake Fontana, and on this channel, we talk all about how to effectively start, launch, and scale your high ticket business using our proven systems itself. So what I wanna share with you here in this video itself is a real honest story from myself and my own perspective from when I was early on in my online business journey, not super successful yet, and kind of the thought process that was going through my head towards my future going forward. And looking back at where I'm at now and the success that I've been able to make happen over these last couple of years, if I still continue to cling on to that previous mindset that we're talking about, I would not be able to be at this point in time itself. And what this really comes down to is expectations within business and expectations within starting and working to grow your online business. Unfortunately, everybody that you follow out there teaching you how to start, launch, and scale your online business, chances are there's a good majority of them, maybe some gurus, maybe somebody else, that's positioning it as an easy thing to do, as something that can quickly turn into just a passive income stream of $10,000 a month or whatever it may be. And the problem is more and more of these claims continue to pop up. And as a result of them, people go into pursuing this idea of going an online business and they don't understand what comes with it. And this isn't to say that growing an online business is impossible, because it's definitely not the case. Each and every one of you watching this video, I know for a fact, have the capability to successfully start, grow, and scale your online business to six figures. But the difference is we have to go into it with a mindset knowing that it's not going to be easy. And we have to provide ourselves with what we need to make that outcome come to life. Now, for me, early on in my journey, as I was starting to get things moving, one of the things that I always told myself, my fiance, those that kind of were involved in my life early on as I was growing this online business, was once I get this one thing in place in the future, everything's gonna be easier. Once I get this one product out, everything's going to be smooth. And I was starting to see some growth in my business. And I was kind of at the point where things were going the direction that I wanted, but at the same time, I was still dealing with a variety of problems at the stage that I was in. And I just felt like, you know what, if I can get this one piece in place 2 months down the line, I know that everything's going to shift. I'm gonna have so much more time, I'm gonna have so much more freedom, and I'm gonna have so much less headaches, stress, whatever it may be. And what I realized was more than anything, I was really just setting myself up to fail by saying this, because I was painting the wrong expectations for what I was working towards itself. You see, when I told myself that once I get this one thing in place, it'll be easier, we end up having a short-term mindset towards just that one piece. And if we get that one piece in place, let's say 3 months down the line, and things really aren't much easier than what they were 3 months ago, we're going to feel down ourselves and be like, okay, what the hell is going on here? Like, I feel like this is a never ending cycle of a hustle and grind. But the reality is it doesn't have to be a hustle and grind to begin with. If we can paint our expectations differently and go into growing our online business, knowing that we have to show up and embrace the process to create the outcomes, we're already starting to paint that picture differently for us. We can already start to show up and embrace each and every day differently with a long-term sustained mindset rather than a short-term scarcity-based mindset of just looking to get that one piece in place that will make, in your mind, the biggest difference. You see, the thing is, as online entrepreneurs, or as entrepreneurs in general, we're always hungry for that next step, that next level. And in our minds, we may see that, oh, if I just get to that first 10K month, everything's gonna be easier. If I just get that new VA in place to help me do messaging, that it's going to make my life so much easier. If I get this, if I get that, whatever it may be. We tell ourselves these things in hopes that we can show up, focus on this for now, and in the future, it's gonna all fade away. And it kind of is a way to procrastinate what we're dealing with itself. And more than anything, shift our focus towards the wrong things in that narrowed mindset of, oh, I just need to get this one thing in place. The truth is, building an online business is not a destination. Getting that one thing in place does not mean that at that point, everything is perfect and smooth sailing from that point on. Because the reality is, when you're growing an online business, when you're an entrepreneur, there's going to be highs and there's going to be lows. There's going to be more highs, there's going to be some lows again. You're going to be soaring and making really good money, and then maybe rebuilding for a little bit and adding new pieces to the puzzle and continuing to refine and grow, so on and so forth. So in reality, we may think that that one thing, if we get that in place, everything will shift. But the truth is, what we're working towards is not a destination. What we're building with our business as entrepreneurs is not an endpoint that stops. It's a journey, and it's an ever-evolving journey. And there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. And if we can remind ourselves and set the expectation accordingly when we go into building our online business, knowing that there will be highs and there will be lows. And even when I do get that one piece in place, I know that there's always going to be the next piece in place I'm going to want to get in next. Then we can really step up, show up, and trust the process each and every day. Knowing that we're going to have some problems now that we'll resolve if we give ourselves the support, tools, skills, whatever it may be that we need to break past that problem. But even when we get that problem resolved, let's say 3 months down the line, and we get that thing that we were working so hard to get, at that point, we're going to be moving on to the next thing, because now we have that sorted out. And now we're hungry for that next level of growth or launching that next new project, whatever it may be. So the point I want to get across in this video here today is the fact that we can't look at our business as though it's just a simple destination. Once I get to 10K, everything will be easier. Once I get to my first 100K a year, everything's going to be smooth sailing, because the reality is that's not true. Each and every one of us that is an entrepreneur that's working to build our own business online, we're all writing our own book each and every day. And each and every single day, we're writing new pages in that book. Each month that passes, each quarter that passes, each year that passes, we're building chapters in our book. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have a short book that ends just a couple chapters in and says, oh, I hit my first 10K month, smooth sailing from this point out. That's not the truth. The book's going to continue to evolve, much like we're going to continue to evolve as entrepreneurs. New skills will be developed, problems will be solved, and then newer skills will be needed for the next level of growth. And what we can do as entrepreneurs itself to put ourselves in the very best position to win and stack the deck in our favor is, number one, know that there is no endpoint destination. It's an ever-evolving process, and it's a journey itself. Number two, to make the most of that journey, we have to be willing to provide ourselves with what we need based on where we're at. Mentorship, support, accountability. Whatever areas that you're weak in that you know you need to develop to get past the problem that you're dealing with, you have to go out and be willing to give yourself that support so you can get to that next level and continue to grow from that point on out. And when we can get into this mindset of really enjoying and trusting the process and knowing that we have people in our corners to support us each and every step of the way, we start to realize that we're almost unstoppable in a sense. Even if you don't have the skills that you may need or want right now to create the results you want, those skills will come to life if you simply show up and provide yourself with that process, with that system to follow, and also provide yourself with the support and people in your corner that you need to continue to stay on track and continue to advance forward. And with this, we're putting ourselves in a guaranteed position to win, because we're putting ourselves in a position to take advantage of compounding. Consistency in showing up, trusting the process, this is what compounds over time and creates the outcomes that we want to create. Everybody's at a different point in their journey. Everybody has different skill sets. Everybody's dealing with different problems. But the point is, each and every one of us are on a journey itself, and we're all on our own unique journey and our own unique path, which means that if somebody else gets to 10K before you, that doesn't mean that you're any better or worse than them, because everybody's at a different point. But those that do win, those that advance to their first 10K month and 15K and 20K and beyond, those are the people that show up on the right activities each and every day consistently, trusting the process, knowing that all they have control over is one day at a time. And they have an objective that they're working towards, but they also know that this is just one objective in their journey towards building their legacy and writing their book. So those of you working to grow your online business, some of you may not be where you want to be yet. Know that this is a journey, and know that it's up to you to provide yourself with the support, with the tools, with the training, and with the systems that you can use to create the growth that you want to create. If you want speed, if you want to grow faster, this is where the more that you invest, the more that you provide yourself with proven systems from people that you like, know, and trust, you're going to be able to create those outcomes faster. If you're not in any rush, that's okay too. It's really personally up to you and your journey and the speed that you want to create and the outcomes that you want to ultimately get to. But above anything else, whether you're looking for speed or whether you're not looking for speed, you still have to be willing to show up and trust the process each and every day, knowing that what you're doing is not a destination, it's a journey And that journey takes time to transform into the outcomes that you want to create. And even when you do get to those levels of growth that you've been working so hard to get to, there's always going to be that next level itself. And when we can remember this and stay grounded with this, we start to be able to actually step in and show up in the process in ways that we never have before. So for those that watched here in this video here today and got some value from this, be sure to smash the like button on this video and subscribe if you have not yet already. And let me know in the comments, those of you here working to grow your online business right now, what's one thing in your mind that you're really working to get in place that you feel like if you get that one thing in place, everything will shift in your business? I'd love to have some conversation on it with you in the comments. I'd love to hear what you thought on this topic here today that we chatted on. So be sure to let me know in the comments below. And with that said, we will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.